my boy, but the brother is heavy. Like blam, that's a master plan. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Who are we?
What up? It's your boy Sinfanta.
And it's not the multiples of the Bravehearts. Yeah. Do it again.
Oh jeez. Let me move my mic away. Maybe I don't wanna be blowing up people's ears today.
No. That's why people watch this, because they like their ears being blown. Oh my God, Rocky 3 is such a good movie, huh?
It's such a good movie.
It's such a good movie, bro. Welcome back, everybody. Mask and Patch.
It's such a good movie.
What episode we on? We on like episode 13?
13?
We made it, bro.
But 14.
I don't know. I don't know, but people were saying like, yo, they're not gonna last, man. The podcast gonna end after episode 4. They were wrong.
Yeah, they
were wrong.
They didn't think we'd make it past episode 2.
They didn't think we'd make it to 25, bro. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna prove them wrong. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure wherever you're watching us at, wherever you're listening, make sure you hit the follow button, the subscribe button, whatever button it is that website has or that app has, and make sure that you leave us a review if you're on Apple. Apple reviews is what helps the podcast grow. So leaving a review helps the podcast algorithm on Apple. So please understand. 5 stars. Por favor. Please. Anyway, yo, I think this was a good week. I really do think this was a good week in news. I feel like we have a lot of stuff.
13? Okay. I was actually checking.
Sin went to go check. You can't not know the episode number when you're recording. You can't.
Well, you know, it's a bad habit of mine. Okay, so we got a lot of news this week, and one of the first things that I want to talk about before we start is the WiiU system update.
Yo, okay, so this was interesting as hell, because Nintendo still is updating the WiiU OS after all these years, and you would think they wouldn't do it anymore, but now they're doing it.
I think honestly, it's not even that they've been updating it, it's that they updated it. And I think that behind the scenes it might be to fight against a certain hack, because they don't normally just update something out of, willy-nilly that they're not even winning.
I think you're right, because how you call it? I think it's the Mario Kart Wii community. They have a huge modding community for Mario Kart Wii.
Right.
Like, it's huge. I didn't even know until recently. I saw a video on it online. And you can play Mario Kart Wii on the Wii U. Of course, Wii U plays Wii games, so, and you could hack it the same way. The Wii U has like a Wii built into it almost. It's like a different OS or whatever. So because this update, if you read the article that Kotaku had, they actually don't specify what they updated. It just says quality of life updates, but why?
Quality of life could be anything. It could be the internet browser's search engine, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. It could be anything, and especially it's going to be the browser, because the browser is the way a lot of hackers get into the guts of the Wii and mod it or whatever.
What I find interesting is the people that used to use the Wii U to get on the internet for nefarious reasons, and I'm just like, is that the way?
Is this the way? I don't know. The most modding I ever did I never did any modding on the Wii U. I barely played anything on the Wii U besides Smash Bros. 4. But the most I did on the Wii, the regular Wii, we played a lot of Project M, and we played. No, that was it. I know a lot of people that had tons of free games on their on their Wiis, but I never really did anything like that. I didn't even feel like taking the time to do that.
I've never hacked anything.
You hacked my heart. You hacked my heart. You hacked my heart.
But so Well, I haven't even hacked the Wii, and I know people that used to hack the Wii like nefariously as well. I remember when Call of Duty came out for the Wii, it was the little crappy headset, and people were hacking that like hardcore.
When Call of Duty came out for the Wii, the regular Wii.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, Call of
yeah.
Duty came out for the Wii.
Oh, I know it did. I'm just thinking. It had online and stuff like that.
Yep.
Oh, so that's why people were like, doing the cheats and stuff online.
It
Yeah,
was
man.
bad.
I mean, it is what it is. You can see Nintendo still has a strong fight. That's a never-ending war. The war against modders and hackers. That's a never-ending war.
Oh yeah, we were playing Mario Kart last night on the Switch, and there was a hacker on there.
Yeah,
On,
you see.
Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, you see.
So.
That's how it is, man. It's a never-ending battle, and I mean, what do? You can't stop fighting, but against it. But at the same time, you know that no matter how many updates, how many changes you make, how much safeguards you put up, hackers always find a way. They're like chicken pox, almost. They always find a way.
They always find a way, and they're itchy.
Yeah, so maybe it's for the hackers, the update. I mean, I can't think of any other reason why they would still update it, but it is what it is. You want to go forward? We have news of Epic Games buying Mediatonic, the developers of the hit battle royale. Wait, is it a battle royale game? I guess it is.
It's a sort of battle royale.
Fall Guys Ultimate Knockouts. So this is from Kotaku. According to Epic, gameplay isn't changing. The company will continue to support Fall Guys across platforms, including PC, Xbox, and Switch. Your gameplay isn't changing, neither is your mission to bring Fall Guys to as many players as possible. So, I mean, it looks like Epic Games, when I was growing up, Epic was a company that made shooters primarily. Like, I know them for Unreal Tournament. I know them for Gears of War. I know them for like those kind of games, like those PC shooters or like those Xbox 360 shooters. Now they've become this like, Fortnite battle royale company, and they're making tons of money. They're making, they're using their Unreal Engine on games that look like GameCube games, pretty much.
Yeah, that's right.
And I ain't knocking it. This is where the money's at. This is what the kids are playing nowadays. They both Fall Guys is kind of not as popular as it was when it first came out. The game didn't have a lot of longevity. It didn't have legs.
Well, I mean, if you're playing with little beings, running around trying to get around little maps that have just baby obstacles, I mean, it's kind of like it's interesting because it's kind of like Mario Kart in terms of randomization and for winning.
Yeah.
But yet people still went for the like competitive aspect of it.
There's definitely a meta to it, right?
Yeah, there's a meta to it.
There's a meta to everything, right? But hey, I mean, more power to Epic. They're definitely the name to go to for kiddie, fun little multiplayer, experiences or whatever. So more power to them.
The game is coming up for Switch, right?
I think it already did. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was announced at the last Direct. If it hasn't come out already, then it is on its way. I thought I was gonna be playing it on the Switch. It has never popped in my mind, or I've never had a viewer ask for me to stream it. So the hype has died down a lot. So I don't know if it's even matters at this point for the game to come out. The game really didn't have any legs. It didn't have any longevity.
I see people still playing it on Twitch, but I'm pretty sure it's the same people.
Oh, I'm sure if that's the game you stream, if that's your kind of game, then you're gonna keep playing it. But as far as like the masses, they're not really playing it. And it might be because that's the kind of game you can't buy outfits, you can't have cameos, you can't have like, I guess you could. Maybe they're gonna add that to it, but and Fortnite lasts long because they have all these crossovers, they have all these events, they keep updating the game a lot frequently, and people want to play with Iron Man and Fortnite or whatever. WiiU,
the map keeps altering.
The game just gets updated all the time, so there's always something new. With Fall Guys, I think there's like 10 games in total, and I don't know how much more you can add to that, and you can't. I guess you could sell outfits or whatever, but it definitely doesn't have the depth.
I want my being to look like Superman.
Yeah, it'll probably come. It'll probably have, especially with Epic behind it. If Epic brought it, it's because they see the value in it, and they probably can make it into. They probably can give it legs. They probably can give that game longer legs than what it
Honestly,
has.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt that. That's why they're buying it, because they're like, okay, this has the potential to have you know, legs for days.
Yeah, it has Fortnite potential. That's the only reason they would buy it. So maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I mean, it is easier to play than Fortnite, so I mean, more people can play it compared to Fortnite. You know, you don't got to worry about coming to a game fresh and everyone else in the world is super experienced in it, and you can't really have fun with it. Fall Guys is like you said, like Mario Kart. It's kind of random. It's you know, you can't really be a boss in it. There is a meta, but you're not gonna walk into the game and have a bad time automatically, get killed like in one hit. But yeah, shout out to Epic buying Fall Guys developer. Okay, next up we got the PlayStation Store is gonna stop selling movies. And I found I don't even think this is an important story, but I found this one hilarious because every time I turn on my PlayStation and I go to the PlayStation Store, they show all these movies that you can buy, and I'm always thinking like, why do they? What's up? Who's buying movies on PlayStation? Like, why are you doing this? Who's renting them? Who's buying them? I guess I'm not the only one that felt that way because Sony said nope, no more. We're cutting that off. Just stop. No more movies on the PlayStation. You cannot buy them there anymore. I don't know if it happened already or it's in the process of happening, but yeah, it was always a pointless thing. They've been selling movies, I think, since the PS3, and it's like, why? I don't know. I think people did maybe before PlayStation had Netflix, because I know Xbox 360 had exclusivity with Netflix at first in the 2010s, in the early 2010s, and before Sony had to do something with movies on their own because they didn't have Netflix. But then they got Netflix, and it was like, what's the point of buying them? You could just stream them, or what's the point of renting them when you can just stream them, pay and watch as many movies as you want, and have them on any device? Where like on the PlayStation, you can only watch it on the PlayStation, so it's like pointless.
My thing with it is that they were just looking at it and going, okay, nobody needs or wants to buy just a movie separate from, like, you know, Netflix or Amazon Prime, streaming services and the like. So the only incentive that I can see for the company to have it up was that, oh, well, we're Sony, so we have the rights to do it. And it's like, no. And in reality, nobody's interested in going on a console to buy a movie when we usually play video games on it. So I'm pretty sure that's the analogy for
even still, you could download Netflix on your PlayStation or Hulu or Disney Plus or any of those things.
So that behavior essentially comes from I forget what it's called technically, but it's familiarity, and so people already have a familiar sense of how Netflix conducts itself or whatever other service may be provided. People already know what to expect from it. So once you already know your console can do gaming, and you have whatever app downloaded on the console as well, you feel a little more familiar with it. So you can look over to it and go, well, this is where I have my conglomerate of movies versus just a movie. Mm-hmm. That doesn't feel familiar at all.
Yeah, yeah. Well, why? I actually don't even watch Netflix or Hulu or nothing. I don't watch any other media on my consoles anymore because I have a TV that has a Roku in it, and I could just hit one button and I'm on Netflix instead of having to like turn on the PlayStation.
Yeah, this man out
go
here
through the
flexing.
menu.
You hear him, guys? He's out here flexing.
I'm just saying, a lot of people have like TVs that are smart TVs, and you don't even have to like go into the PlayStation menu or the Switch menu. I used to watch Hulu on my Switch before. Cause you know, you're laying down or something, and you're riding the bus, and somehow if you have Wi-Fi, you can just turn on Hulu. I mean, on a handheld device, I would still watch a movie because it's a bigger screen than your phone. Like, I hate watching stuff on my phone sometimes because you have to turn it sideways. Sometimes it doesn't turn sideways. It's annoying. But I would watch movies on like my Switch if I could. But Switch only has Hulu. They never added any other. Oh, they have YouTube. You go watch YouTube. What are you talking about?
Didn't they? Wait.
There's no Netflix on the Switch.
They, I thought they did.
No,
They got rid of it?
no, they never had Netflix on the Switch.
They never had it.
Never
Okay.
had it. Never had it. Never had Netflix. Never bothered with Amazon. I think Nintendo probably thinks the same thing. They're probably like, people have all these other devices that you can do this on their phone. You can have
YouTube
all
is
this on
there.
your phone. They have YouTube and they have Hulu. Those are the only two streaming services they have, which is I think is fine. Like I think they're probably like, you could do all this shit on your phone. Everyone has a phone, and why would they bother to put the energy towards getting Netflix on the Switch if everyone has their phones? So I don't.
Wow, you were right.
I don't think they need it either. But it's funny. Sony held out for a long time with these movies on their consoles, which I mean, if you're buying a movie on a console that you can only watch on that console, it's like, I don't know, maybe you don't have any other device in your house or that you can watch it on or whatever. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Moving forward, as Sinfanta drinks out of his blue cup.
It's my best blue cup.
That's your chalice.
Yeah, I have a chalice. I just don't want to use it because it was expensive.
Yeah, chalice is only for drinking blood. Sinfanta only drinks blood out of that chalice.
And that's how I stay young.
The blood of his enemies.
That's how I stay young.
That's how he stays young.
I do want to move on to the one that I added, which is Apex is on the Switch.
Oh, okay, go for it, bro.
That
was the first one.
Yeah, that's the first one that I was trying. I thought
you skipped ahead. You went to Wii U first.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's okay. You can go wherever you want, man. We're going to Six Flags walking today.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So if anybody wants to meet us at Six Flags,
we're walking there. So we'll see you there soon.
So they added Apex Legends to Nintendo Switch. For those that don't know, Apex Legends is a free-to-play battle royale game where they have characters fight each other, kind of like Fortnite. It was already available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Xbox, the other one, whatever the fuck, PC, and via Origin and Steam, and then they brought it to the Switch. Initially, I was concerned because in the beginning, just like Fortnite, Fortnite had a lot of hiccups on the Switch, and that's because it doesn't have 60 frames per second. It has 30, and even then, it wasn't consistent. So you got somebody that has 60 frames per second, high frame rate resolution, and then they just snipe you before you can even see them on the Switch. And that's if you obviously play, console integrate. What do you call it? Crossover. You have it on. But that's the way to go. That's technically what you want. You want to be able to play your console against another console and not have to worry about it. But then, they ironed it out. So that's what I'm hopeful for Apex, that they are ironing it out. It does look good. It doesn't look like a watered down version of it. I'm hoping that people can still play competitively with the Switch. I don't know if it's crossover. That's the one thing.
What's crossover? Like local co-op?
Crossover is no. Crossover
crossplay.
Is,
you talking about crossplay?
Yeah, crossplay. Yeah.
Yeah,
crossplay,
you can play with other. You can play with other consoles players.
Yeah. I say crossover. Anyways, so yeah, crossplay. So I don't know if they have it yet. So we'll see. We'll see if that's there. I have to look it up.
You played Apex before?
Huh?
Are you an Apex player? You played it before?
I've played it before. I don't play it like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I think I had my fill of battle royale games with Fortnite. I had my fill with that. Like, no. Back when Fortnite dropped, that's when it was great for me, and I had a lot of fun. But it just died off. Like anytime somebody says, "You want to play this battle royale game?" I'm just like.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm good on that too. I'm not really. I've never really been into shooting games, and I did have a little bit of fun with Fortnite when it came to the Switch. Originally, I remember me and J Kid playing it on Twitch a lot, but just for shits and giggles. I never really played it like competitively or seriously.
It is fun to play, like for fun, like not competitively. I think
we won a match just hanging out one time in Fortnite. It was awesome. It was all that I think I still have that stream. We were singing that song "Africa" from Toto. That was a great stream.
Can't sing it right now because we're in trouble.
I've seen the rains come down in Africa.
My beard is getting so long that it's going everywhere in my mask.
Yeah, that happens to me. Sometimes my mustache hair, like when I'm eating, goes in my mouth and I have to trim it. Like it's the most annoying thing ever.
Yes, 100%.
Everybody's like,
I agree.
Everybody's like, grow facial hair, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be annoying. I gotta take care of it and stuff. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. That's what we do. We prepare the world. This is why our podcast is the best, because we tell you about the quality of life things, man.
We should give like one quality of life like life advice every stream.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be the one for this stream.
That's the one for this stream. That's the one for this stream. Trim your beard so that it doesn't get in the way of everyday living, or your mustache, or whatever facial hair you have. Don't let it get in your way of living the good life. That's the fact of the day.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yo, Super Nintendo World got delayed, bro.
Oof.
To 2025. Oof. That's like the future, man.
I was so excited for it. I was so excited. And then they were just like, oh, we can see the future.
At first, I was reading this article and I was like, what the heck is Epic Universe? But apparently Epic Universe is the name of the Universal theme park where Nintendo World is going to be. When I heard the name Epic Universe, I was like, wait, is it going to be like Fortnite World or something like there too or something? But no, Epic Universe is just the name of the park. I guess how Six Flags has like the water something kingdom. I don't know, whatever, something. These theme parks have their own like cinematic universe where it's like, oh yeah, we're Six Flags and we're Water World and Donny Park and Wide Water Kingdom and all this other jazz. They're all connected. But either way, that aside, yeah, the park will not be open until 2025, 2 years later than expected, as reported by the Orlando Sentinel. The Orlando Sentinel seems like a supervillain from like an X-Men show.
That actually, I was just gonna say the same thing.
That newspaper, I'll be scared to read it. It'd be like, now reporting live from the mutant hunting headquarters. And he ding, 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 ding. Yeah, imagine they have like messages that says "kill all mutants" at the bottom of every article.
Yeah, like an ad that says "kill all mutants."
Yeah. Either way, yeah, they reported that the park will now be open to 2025. In the same release by Universal following Denning's comments, the company confirmed that the construction had indeed resumed. I guess this is a COVID situation, but didn't give a specific window for when to expect the park to open. However, the statement did warn that it will take months before construction returns to full speed. So I guess they're probably still building it, but maybe they just couldn't have as many workers there at a time as they would have wanted. So that's why it's like it's still being built, but it's built at a slower pace because there's less people probably on site to build it. So I mean,
the one in Japan opened, right? No, it didn't.
I don't know.
It was supposed to open February 7th, but Japan said it will wait until the state of emergency in Osaka has been lifted. Okay, I see. Yeah. That happened a few days ago, but no new opening date has been announced. I understand because, you know, right now there's strains of this stupid virus that are so much more contagious. Dude, you could practice social distancing. Like, just limit the amount of people that are in there. Have some fun, Jesus. But I don't know.
I think it's the workers. I don't think they're thinking about the crowd, because the crowd wasn't going to be in there for like 2 years either way. But yeah, if you got all these construction workers there building it, the amount of people you need on site to build it is, you know, if you're going to space them out, then they're not really going to be able to get that much work done.
That's true. That's 100% true.
So,
yes.
So I mean, is what it is. I mean, I would have loved to visit one of these spots, but you know, I'm not getting there anytime soon.
The first time I heard about this, I didn't care about it, and then when I saw, and that was like years ago, and then I saw Miyamoto showing off the park, and my kid came out of me. I can't. Listen, I haven't been excited about a park since I last went to Six Flags to ride the fastest ride that they got there, and I I forget what the name of it is right now. I'm drawing a blank.
I've never been a theme park guy, but yeah, definitely Nintendo one would be the only reason for me to go to something like this.
I don't
But
remember, but they also had a tiger there once, and that also brought me a Ober, and then they also had a Oktoberfest where they did like Halloween,
Six
cosplay,
Flags, yeah, Six
party, and
Flags.
that was fun. That was definitely fun because they invited me to be a part of the cast that they usually record to be in Six Flags, and I was in full outfit doing the whole.
Look at Sin over here. Look at this guy.
Yeah, I was dressed as a zombie, and we did the whole Michael Jackson dance, Thriller,
Oh my
and
god.
that was fun. So we're just there like ding, 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 ding.
Sin was like,
So that was fun. But when I saw the Super Nintendo World, I was like, this is great. I can't wait.
and
And
this is
then
Thriller. And no one's gonna say you things.
so, but it is what it is. We're still in the middle of a pandemic, and people, I do also see. Speaking about this real quick, I do see the frustration lately quite often. Everybody's very energetic since we're locked up and we got that pent up energy, and just hang tight, guys. Hang tight, and keep yourself stimulated through other means.
Amen. Here we go. Here we go again. Switch Pro rumors are back on the list of topics. This is going to be going on forever, man. It probably will never end, but now they're reporting, they are saying, let's see, 4K in docked, OLED screen on the console, and 720p in handheld. So this is coming from Bloomberg again, I guess. Yeah, Bloomberg is reporting it, and they were the ones that reported it last year too, that it was supposed to come out in 2021. It was supposed to come out this year, but I don't think that's
And they're still saying it.
They're still saying it. They're saying it's before Christmas release, so I guess that's a November release. Now I don't know. They keep saying this, and everyone keeps losing their mind thinking this is gonna happen, but I don't know. I don't want to get too hyped about it, and then it doesn't happen.
So
we are 4 years in though. Happy birthday, 4-year birthday to the Switch. March is when it released.
Yeah.
On the March 2017. So,
a console that everybody doubted, by the way.
Yeah, my mom was like, "It's not gonna work. I'm buying." I was like, "Mom, listen, I'm gonna get me a Switch. All right, relax."
I remember when it came out, people were like, "This is already outdated."
But every Nintendo console is outdated. It doesn't matter. Except for the GameCube. GameCube was pretty powerful for its time. But yeah, I mean, they're saying it's gonna have I guess a 6.2 inch screen and a 5. No, I think it's 7 inch screen now. It's going up from 6.2 to 7 inches for the Pro model. They're saying 4K high definition graphics. It's not gonna be a upgrade like the PlayStation Pro. It's gonna be more like a Switch 2 then, if it's gonna be a different graphic card and everything in it. It's gonna be like a new console at that point.
Yeah, at that point, I think it should be like just considered a whole new console. But you gotta be wary of how the future is setting up for consoles. I feel like the future, I can see the future. If people want to understand what consoles are going to progress into, you got to look at Nintendo. They're actually taking the right step into the future, and you can quite simply see by the units that the Switch is selling that people prefer at this point a console that can do both, TV and handheld, because we're just all so connected now.
I don't think it's going to lose that. I don't think they're ever going to give that up, that function.
Right? Did they trademark it? I guess.
I don't know, but if they're saying that it's 720p in handheld and 4K in docked, that means it's still gonna have the function of switching from handheld to console to TV.
Yeah.
So they're never gonna give that up.
I'm hoping that they do that consistently, and I don't know. Into the future, if they change that, to be quite honest, this is the first time I feel like Nintendo should not innovate, because the Switch was like what the WiiU should have been, and it's so good. I take my Switch to work. I play it on my break. I play it when I'm before and after work. Whenever I go out and if I'm freaking jogging, I sit down and do that like that. I just play it, and that's what the other consoles lack. And I see the PS5 and the others, the Xbox, as a cheaper alternative to PC at this point. Um, and I don't see many exclusives that make it worthy for me to buy one of those higher end consoles from those platforms. It's not as though I wouldn't want to do it with PlayStation. Don't get me wrong. I definitely would want to get a PlayStation 5 because it is a cheaper alternative to PC. But at that point, you might as well just get a PC. For me, in my opinion.
At this point, if it's $500, I don't see no reason to get a PS5 right now at all. And
No.
I love Sony. I have every Sony console. I have a PS3 and a PS4 behind me right now, but there's no console selling games yet. There's no game that's like, oh my god, I gotta get this console. Holy crap! There's I thought they were gonna announce that last week at the PlayStation State of Play, but they didn't, and I was like, what the hell was even the point of this then?
There's no console specific games that came out?
There's exclusives, but none of them are system sellers. There's no God of War yet. There's no. We don't have a release date for Final Fantasy 16. We don't have a Metal Gear. We don't have a what else does Sony have? We don't have a Last of Us. There's nothing. There's no reason to have a PS5 right now. And at the rate that the way things are going, it looks like more and more Sony games are coming to PC because they have Death Stranding coming to PC. They have Horizon Zero Dawn coming to PC. I don't see a lot of reasons to have a PS5 anymore. I think that's they might change my mind
at the moment.
At the moment, yeah. At the moment,
I feel like that's true for Xbox. That's where I actually 100% go get a PC. I don't see why you will want to get an Xbox at this point.
Yeah, fan loyalty only. I think only brand loyalty will make someone buy an Xbox at this point.
I remember when people used to say that Microsoft was going to destroy Nintendo. Yeah, right.
I mean, I don't know how that could be possible. I don't see how that's possible ever. The Xbox was really, I really like the Xbox 360 era. I like that. I think Microsoft was coming in hard body, and they had a lot of support from third parties. They had a lot of good exclusives, especially from Capcom with Death Stranding, Lost Planet. There was a lot of a lot of games played better on Xbox than they did on PS3. Yes. But after that, with this, there's a lot of things that a lot of bad PR that Xbox did with always online consoles, with having to have the camera that watches you all the time and records you. So they had a lot of bad PR, and it doesn't look like they've recovered from that yet at all. So
the one reason I turned away from Microsoft, and it's not even any of that, because I still buy their PC because to be quite honest, they do have pretty good PCs.
Oh yeah, I'll buy a Windows PC. I'll never buy a Mac computer.
Right.
Never.
Is a story that I've told many times, but I'll say it again. Is they had horrible esports practices, and when we were competitively playing for Call of Duty, and we were under their umbrella, they left us hanging when we were at a tournament, and we had to get back on our own accord economically, and that was not a good ordeal. So ever since then, I cannot fully support Microsoft until they show me that they care more about their fans than about their pockets. And yeah.
I don't think any company cares more about their fans than their pockets. But at least act like you do. At least act. True, though. At least act like you do, right?
Yeah, act like
At least act like it, like
act like you do, so I don't feel like I gotta shoot you in the head every time.
Buy me a drink before you fuck me, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Wine and dine me, right?
But back to the point, I think the Nintendo Switch Pro would be a good investment, simply due to the fact that a lot of people do want to see a stronger console running, because the Switch has already demonstrated that it can run games like Doom Eternal, which ran great. I bet you just a little more of an upgrade now that the parts are more affordable would be fantastic. The problem is, however, that the Nintendo Switch has not hit of the 5 year mark, which we used to call like the benchmark of console creation. So I don't see it happening, but these reports are so unbased. Like, there's nobody saying we have a source inside Nintendo. Like, there's nothing. It's just them going, yeah, well, I know that it's gonna be blah blah blah. It's like, all right, bro.
I mean, we'll see. I guess. I mean, 5 years is, I think, the right time to bring out a new console. So, I mean, if next year, if 2022, they come out with a new Switch, I think it's totally reasonable after 5 years to get a new console. But I'm not in a hurry for it either. I think we talk about this shit all like every couple of weeks. We talk about Switch Pro rumors, and
Yes.
And I hope they never call it that too. By the way, I hate the name Switch Pro.
I don't understand what bothers you about it. I mean, the fact that the Nintendo Switch name is really good though.
I like the name Switch. I don't like the name Switch Pro. I feel like it's anti-Nintendo to say this is the Pro console. This is like this is the next level. I don't see Nintendo ever doing something like that.
The new Nintendo Switch would be better. New Nintendo Switch.
That's what Nintendo would do, but I'm not a fan of that one either. Because then when it's old, then it's annoying to talk about. Like the new 3DS, it's not new anymore.
It's no longer new.
Like I don't like. I think that putting new is kind of lazy in front of something. But
I hate when they do that.
They do it with Super Mario a lot. New Super Mario Brothers.
New Super Mario. It's like, dude, it's the same engine. Stop it.
Relax, right? Relax.
Damn it.
Relax.
Actually, that bugs me. I'm trying to figure out a proper name. 2?
They'll figure it out. They've never put numbers on their consoles either. Oh, I think I heard somebody say Super Nintendo Switch, which I like. I like that. Super Switch.
Ooh.
I like that. It sounds really video gamey. It sounds like 80s almost, like Super Nintendo Switch.
Oh, yes.
I like
so
that.
True.
I heard the guy from, I think the guy from Game Explain said that one time, and I like that name. But I don't think they'll go with that either, though. But hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, for me, yeah, 5 years, reasonable. Maybe next year we'll get it. I'll buy it. Doesn't matter.
That's actually a pretty good name. I am so excited. I'm hoping that would actually be the name, so I can just come back to you and be like, "Hey, yo!"
That would be cool. The one thing I want them to do, actually, more than 4K, more than new exclusives, more than new games, the one thing I want them to do with the Super Switch is have the OS from the regular Switch cross over into the new console. That way I don't lose all my downloaded games.
Yes.
I'm tired of buying stuff on eShop and then the next console I lose and have to buy it again. I bought a lot of games on the Switch. A lot of games downloaded.
I'm tired of Nintendo not having ease of access transition for that.
Exactly.
I had to buy a whole new console, right? And I have the old one still there, by the way. I called Nintendo and they told me, okay, you could just cross your account into the other Switch, and I did it. But guess what? Now the new Switch has to, at least when I open a game, check into online to make sure that I'm not online with my other console.
That's annoying.
Yes, every time, by the way. So if I don't have online, I'm not playing my games.
Yeah, hopefully the OS just crosses over and it's a smooth transition, bro. I would be furious if I have to buy every game again. I'll be furious.
And that's the one part of Nintendo that literally pisses me off. Mm-hmm. They had such good integration with the VC of with the Virtual Console of the Wii. We had such a good.
If I had every game that I brought on the Wii download Virtual Console. Like if that came to the Switch, like if all my games that I bought in the past were still there on the Switch, man, I'd buy a new console right away. Like I wouldn't care about.
If the Wii had the Virtual Console on the Switch, I would probably buy 2 consoles, one for my Virtual Console games and one for my new games, and would never touch it. It would be the game that I use just to play my Virtual Console games, and they destroyed it with the Wii U hopping over to the Switch. And why? For no reason. It's like they just didn't bother to invest into it at all. I don't see why. That's the part that pisses me off so
they
badly.
They can make HD remakes of the games and make more money off of them.
No, they actually. That's the thing that they just want to cheapen out and just be like, oh well, we'll make it through remakes, and it's like, well, realistically, you may make more money off of one game, but if you have a Virtual Console, you have a loyal fan base that just can you for no expense at all, you can make a profit versus a remake that has to invest a budget. So I don't know. Sometimes that doesn't sound right to me.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Like look at the recent Super Mario collection, which is leaving in like a couple weeks, or if it hasn't already, it's leaving sometime this month. We're losing that option to buy it. I had all those games on the Wii. On the Wii, I could play GameCube games, so I could put this Sunshine game in it, and Mario 3D, I could play from the Virtual Console. I mean, not Mario 3D, Mario 64. I could play it from the Virtual Console because I had it downloaded. So imagine I wouldn't even have to buy this thing again. I would have it all. I would have had it up to this point every game I ever wanted. Like this is ridiculous that I got to keep buying this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not buying Mario 64 again. Like, are you kidding me? Get out of here.
I absolutely will not. And the one thing that was a slap to the face to me with the Super Mario collection was that they did the Super Mario 64 version was not the upgraded DS version, which looks much better. Like, why didn't they do it? Like they have the huh?
I'm on the fence about that. I like the DS version for what it is, but I kind of still like the way that the 64 one works a little bit more.
I don't know.
Personal preference, though. Personal preference.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've always liked.
I like playing with Luigi and Yoshi and Wario. I like having the 4 players, but
I've always liked having upgrades like to older games that feel fully dated but are like were one of the game concepts like that introduced something into the generation, you know.
Yeah.
So
I like Fat Mario. I like Mario. Mario's chubby in the regular Mario 64.
Triangle hair.
He's like, spaghetti. Ravioli. He doesn't say that in the DS version when he falls asleep.
They removed it. They were like,
it's racist.
They were like, we gotta remove this.
They had to take it out. It sounds a little racist. Like, why is Mario always talking about spaghetti? Because he's Italian? That's racist.
No.
Mario has not said anything about spaghetti in like 30 years now because of that.
People get upset about that. I'm just like, why? It was so good though.
I love that. I love that line, sleeping. They took it out of some versions of the 64 version too. If you bought the game towards the end of the console's lifespan, Mario doesn't say that in the game either. Like they took it out. So
people are too sensitive nowadays. Don't get me started, please.
Well, that was 30 years ago. So you know what I'm saying? People have been sensitive. They're just a little even more sensitive now. But yeah, Switch Pro. Let me keep my games, Nintendo. That's all I want. That's all I want out of life.
The crossover should just be it. I keep saying crossover today. I'm hooked on that word. I need it.
Maybe you want to do a crossover, man. You want a crossover with another podcast?
Yeah.
Yo, viewers, if you know another Nintendo-based or even gaming-based podcast that you want us to cross over with, let us know, man. Message us on Twitter. Or leave a message. Can you write messages on Apple? I think you could write it in the comments or whatever, or the YouTube comments. Let us know who you want us to cross over with, because Sin has crossover in the mind. That's fate. That's a premonition.
Let's just hop over to the next story. So I'm gonna talk about this one real quick. I'm not gonna linger on it because I myself am not too versed in this.
Okay.
But this Azuri. What is it? How do you say that word?
Azure Striker.
Azure Striker Gunvolt 3 is heading to Nintendo Switch in 2022, and I don't know why they wouldn't. This is the one thing. Here we go. This is the one thing I hate about companies that be like, away. So guys, we have a game coming out, but it's like way down the line. It's like, why did you announce it then?
Yeah, we just got to 2021.
Why did you announce it? So whatever. Anyway, so it's coming out in 2022, and if I remember correctly, Azure Striker Gunvolt was meant to be a slot filler when Mega Man was not on the consoles of Nintendo.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. He was before Mighty Number 9. He was the spiritual successor to Mega Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
And their games were doing decent. Then Mega Man, not even that long after it came out, and then they lost momentum. But somehow they've re-innovated themselves and are still going forward with the situation. I'm hoping that they will make income from it, because I do like their games.
Have you
That
played the
being said,
other Azure Gunvolt games?
huh?
Have you played the older two, the ones that were on 3DS?
I've played their prior games. Not fin. I didn't finish them though. That's the one thing that I'm sad baby about.
I always wanted to get into them, but I never got around to it. They do look good. They do look good. I'm watching this video here that you put the link in the thing for, and I'm
Yeah.
seeing Keiji Inafune. Like, I'm surprised this guy's showing his face in public again. This guy, what a fall from grace this guy had.
Well, yeah. Elaborate for me a little bit.
Okay, so a little history lesson. This is the guy who he was like the guy who led the Mega Man series for Capcom, and then he left Capcom when they weren't making well, he didn't leave. He was kind of fired from Capcom. And then he said, "All right, I'm gonna bring back Mega Man, but in a new spiritual successor, which is gonna be Mighty Number 9." He did the whole Kickstarter. He got a bunch of money from people to kickstart it.
Mighty Number 9 was trash.
It was horrible, and that's why he had a fall from grace. People paid a lot of money towards his Kickstarter, and the game looked like a PS1 game. Well, let's say PS2 game. I'm being generous. It was a really bad game, and yeah, after that, he went on a video, and I think he was misquoted, but he said something like, "Hey, it's better than nothing," and that pissed the fans off that he said that. Like, hey, be grateful you got something at all. Like, no,
If he
we
was
paid
smart,
you.
he would have probably. He should have said, "Sorry, I had a time constraint." Something.
Sorry, the development was a lot harder than I expected because we did a Kickstarter for a game that was gonna try to be on every console, and making a game for every console back then was a lot harder than now.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't seamless like now, where you can, you know, have it coded relatively out of the gate just by via engine. You know.
Or you have a second, third party company help with the port, people that are
Yes.
experienced with porting games. But he couldn't do that at the time, I guess, or for whatever reason. But either way, he had Gunvolt series anyway before Mighty Number 9. So I don't think people needed Mighty Number 9 when they already had Gunvolt. But I guess Gunvolt looks a lot better too, and it plays a lot better from what I hear. Even though I've never played it myself, so I can't tell you firsthand. But yes, that's the history of Keiji Inafune. I used to like that guy. Mega Man Legends, man. Oh man, he was working on Mega Man Legends 3 for the 3DS. That was the hypest point of my gaming life. I was like, Legends 3 on the freaking 3DS. Oh my god.
I feel like Mega Man is one of those series, unlike Pac-Man, unlike there's another one that can't. That's like, you know, I'm
Like
skipping my head.
from the 8-bit era,
like from the ancient era, yeah, like from like Pac-Man, like
Castlevania, 8-bit
Castlevania
games.
is another one.
Those 8-bit.
Castlevania and Mega Man. I feel like those two games, and along with others, are the kind of games that can make it onto the newer gens with new situations, but people are scared of the backlash of doing it wrong. And I'm just like, but look at Mario. He's the perfect example of doing it right. Like, take a page out of Mario and adapt it. And it's not that difficult to see how they could do it, but they're just afraid. Because a lot of people mess up in that transition. And they have. Look at Pac-Man. Pac-Man is a perfect example that how horrible you can handle it. Like, they messed up when they hopped over because they were like, oh, well, we don't have that much concept because the original Pac-Man was just, you know, this and just a whack and I'm just like, dude,
I like
it's
Pac-Man
not that
3D World.
hard. Just make a 3D like freaking platformer or just a 3D stage that you puzzle by, and that's it. It's not difficult.
You know, they did modernize Castlevania on the Xbox 360 with Lords of Shadows, and I like that series a lot. Even though it got rid of a lot of the good lore from Castlevania. Castlevania has good lore, which I hope they shouldn't get rid of again. I don't think they should do that again. But then after Lords of Shadow, they just stopped. Part 2 wasn't as good. With Mega Man, they've never successfully brought Mega Man into 3D space. Like, they've never made a successful 3D Mega Man. They had Mega Man Legends, but the controls are nightmarish. Even though that game is hella charming. Like, I love the charm of Mega Man Legends, but oh my god, the controls, holy jazz. But yeah, Mega Man, Pac-Man had a decent 3D run. Pac-Man had the Pac-Man 3D World on like the GameCube and PS2 era. Even I think PS1. But after that, they just the platforming genre got kind of stale and people stopped caring about it. Everybody wanted like mature, realistic games.
Uh-huh.
And we always get these rumors that like Sony's gonna buy Castlevania and Nintendo's gonna buy Mega Man and they're gonna bring them into the next gen and make them like modern games. And it never happens. But I mean, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. We got Mega Man 11, but it was like a retro throwback. And then
it was. Well, I mean, it was great.
It was
but,
good. It was good looking, but that's cool. I like the retro throwback. But yeah, I would have liked a regular 3D Mega Man modern game. I mean,
look at Sonic with their iterations. They've been hit or miss.
Yeah,
I feel like Sonic is like the perfect example of indecision because they did fantastic lately with like Colors and other games that did it great iterations. I've always felt like Sonic in the 3D realm should be always like about fast running on rails, like Sonic and the Secret Rings. Like the controllers were horrible for that one, but it was still decent. The story was decent, and the running was great. And I feel like Sonic should always be like in 3D state, in 3D concept. He should be on rails and just fast running and decision making and paths, and that would be an easy sell. But they just have always just been indecisive. So
I think Sonic games, I don't think they put enough heart into it.
Yes.
I think that's all it is. I think there's just not a leader. There's not like a guy that's like there's not a Sakurai for Sonic. You know how Sakurai puts a lot of love and a lot of heart into making Smash Bros. You could say the same thing about Hideo Kojima with Metal Gear. If Hideo Kojima's not there to put the heart into the game and make it his vision,
zombies.
Yeah, we get zombies and stuff. So every game needs to have like a god, a guidance, a person who puts their heart into it. Like Miyamoto with Mario, right? So if they don't have that, then the games they make come out, like by the numbers and kind of mediocre. At best, or at worst, they come out like Sonic 06 or something. But
Jesus, the love interaction between the human and this freaking. Anyways,
you need a craftsman. You need an artistic eye, a visionary behind a lot of these games, these franchises. Like with Final Fantasy when it had Hironobu Sakaguchi, I think that was his name. Leading the series from like 1 to like 10, the games were like they could do no wrong. These games were like the prestige of the crown of the Square Enix hat, right? These were like the most prestigious franchise in all gaming. But then when he left the company, when Sakaguchi left Square Enix or got fired or whatever happened after the Final Fantasy movie came out, you remember that in the theaters? What a shit show that was. When he left, Final Fantasy became like, all right, let's let this guy make it this time. Let's let that guy make it. Nobody's putting their heart into it. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So Final Fantasy just now kind of making a comeback with their games, but it's still like we don't know. It still doesn't carry the weight that it used to carry.
Right.
But yeah, I think what really needs to happen is that you have to put a visionary mind behind games, for it to be, a legacy franchise, for it to last, for it to have legs. You need to you have to have a visionary behind it. When David Jaffe was making Gears of War. No, wait.
I feel like
Twisted Metal. David Jaffe is Twisted Metal. My bad.
Yeah. That's my concern with the future of Final Fantasy. When you're speaking about this briefly, I feel like 15 was like the step in the right direction. I don't know if they have somebody set in stone that's gonna move into the future. 15 had a good enough balance, but not a good enough execution. I beat it, I played it, enjoyed it. The end was the selling point. I don't think it's spoilers at this point, I guess, right?
No.
Okay, I'll talk about it. So for those that don't want to hear it, we're about to go into like a minute of it. But anyways, so 3, 2, 1. The Noctis dies in the end, and that was great for me. I loved how the whole movie you're just heavily you're heavily invested into this character, and then in the end you're just like, sick, he sacrificed himself. Like, crap.
I think I like 15. I beat it too. I just think the middle of the game got kind of like bloated and weird.
Yes.
There's a part where when you get on a train and that's it. The train takes you all the way to the end of the game.
Yeah, I feel like they ran out of time. I think
they probably did. But that's another thing I forgot to mention. I spent all last night on my stream making fun of Tetsuya Nomura, who is the brainchild behind Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 7 remake. He's that guy that they gave too much power, and he has too many ideas and too many visions for his games, where like they're like all over the place. Like this, he just can't, like, he can't have a singular vision. It's like everywhere. It's like his art designs. He has zippers and belts everywhere on his characters. He's the definition of, you're doing too much, my boy. Slow down. You're doing too much. He's the definition of that. So he's been leading the Final Fantasy kind of brand for a while, and I think that's why it's kind of all over the place. I mean, he's not in control of Final Fantasy 16, and 16 looks like it's going all the way back to like just a more simplified story about medieval times, like dragons and wizards and magic. It's not the future. It's not flying cars. It's not like, you know, VR stuff. It's not sci-fi. Which I like about 16. It's kind of a return to like the NES days of Final Fantasy. So let's see how that goes. I like the way it's looking so far.
How did the I never played it because I didn't get a chance to. How did the last Kingdom Hearts do?
I would not touch that game with a 50-foot pole. No way, man. No
way. I was man.
You asking me about Kingdom Hearts 3? You fucking kidding me? Rocky 3 was a good movie. Come on. What are we doing over here? I know we talked about Kingdom Hearts a couple episodes ago with Moth, and I did say I would like to see the older Kingdom Hearts on the Switch, but I would not call myself a fan of that series. I like part 1. That's like it. I like part 1. That's it. Part 2, you start doing all these crazy stuff in the air, like the Matrix. It's like I'm playing Tony Hawk with a freaking doorknob with a key. What is this? Mickey Mouse? Mickey Mouse is like Yoda, like freaking do. I'm like, what is it? I'm like, no, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I respect my body, man.
No way. I respect my body, man.
No way.
I respect my body.
No way. No way.
Guys.
No shame. No shame for liking Kingdom Hearts stuff. You do like it.
Anyway.
Yes, like we were saying, games need a visionary. That's the whole point of this conversation.
Yeah, that's the whole point. We're giving life advice and gaming advice. This
podcast does everything. We'll make you food. We'll give you movies. Rocky 3, go watch it. Come on, what is this? Come on. What are we doing over here? What's the matter with these guys?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Pyra Mythra in Smash Bros.
Uh-oh.
And now, our feature presentation.
Pyra Mythra! Oh, it was so good. Listen, I got smacked across the face with this news. When Pyra Mythra got announced, I saw the trailer. Then, not even a week later, we had the announcement that she was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a day later, she was out. In a week's time, we have Pyra Mythra. Guys, this character is amazing. But I'll let you let me know what you think about it, and then I'll.
I've said since she was announced, I'm happy for her getting in. We need more females in Smash, and she looks cool. I mean, she's another anime swordsman, which is always everybody's complaint. Like, damn, there's so many. But Smash Bros is about main characters fighting each other, and she's one of the main characters. And most main characters have swords. But either way, I like her.
Different.
I like her. I like that she's more like old school Zelda. She has like switching between two characters, but they have the same exact moves, but one is faster, one is stronger. So I mean, I like it. I'm liking the way it looks.
So here's the thing. Both characters are actually played differently.
They do?
At first they seem like they do. They seem like they simply play the same.
Mm-hmm.
But the speed change and the power change is so great that
It looks
they
dramatic,
literally
yeah.
play completely different.
Yeah, it looks very dramatic, yeah.
Yeah. Pyra and Mythra seem to be the kind of characters that you want to place in different positions at different times. And so for me, Pyra is more like just to wrap up a stock because she can kill so quickly but so slow.
Mm-hmm.
Or to do like early damage, which so far what I'm seeing is you can grab and down throw into into a fair, and then just switch immediately to Mythra. And Mythra has combos for days, and well, not that many, but still, and it has the speed to just clutch the neutral. The problem comes along that a lot of people think, oh well, it's a sword character or whatever. And I'm just sitting here thinking, well, there's a lot of games that have characters that use swords. What do you want to do? Like
It's inevitable.
The only
It's inevitable.
series,
It's inevitable.
the only series that I feel like does make it feel that way, and it is correct, is Fire Emblem. We have way too many Fire Emblem characters. I agree. That's the one part. But other than that, it is inevitable. It is in different games, and you can't help it. Fire Emblem is the reason why we feel like Smash Bros. Has a lot of sword characters.
Yeah.
But they play differently. Jiggle physics. That's what I'm.
I thought I was the only one to notice that. I was like, wait, her boobs are jiggling. Like,
Oh, yeah.
They definitely do, right?
Yes.
And all right, let's talk about her boobs for a while, right? Because I'm looking at this character designs, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, hold up, they nerfed the jazz out of Samus's chesticles, right?
And Bayonetta.
And Bayonetta's. They nerfed them to hell. They nerfed Snake's butt, for some reason. But this new character, and I'm gonna try to be as safe as possible. They're like, all right, let's go all out with the sexiness, all right? And I know they put leggings on them so they don't show more skin, but
No, they had the design already.
they had that design already in the game. All right, so why tone down all the other characters, and now this character is being allowed to kind of bounce all around the place?
So what I feel like happened here, and this is something I was telling somebody else, is that Monolith Soft is so close with Nintendo that they probably literally begged to not have to redesign the concept and told Sakurai so, and probably Sakurai conceded because, in my opinion, I feel like they should have gotten nerfed. Even though this is my favorite series. Xenoblade is my favorite series.
You say that every day. I appreciate it.
Yeah. But the problem is that I gotta agree they should have been nerfed. And what the hell is the Jiggle physics doing there? I don't know. But that's probably what happened. The company was just begging, like, please don't redesign. We do have the skins here. You just put the redesigned skin. The Pyra didn't have it. Mythra did. Pyra would probably show a little too much if they didn't redesign her. So that was a little nerf. But other than that, not really, because the chest is still there. They didn't nerf it. And they were like, well, that's the appeal of Xenoblade series in terms of, like, objective viewing. If it wasn't for the story, I think Xenoblade would have a hard time having the designs.
I almost feel like they test the waters with the Japanese rating board, because the Japanese rating board, if people don't know, is actually stricter than the American one. Like, a lot of times we think in America, they censor everything. No, in Japan, it's actually worse now, the way they censor everything. So I think Sakurai has a hard time with I remember him saying that he has to like make it like a black hole underneath women's dresses in the games because the camera can turn under them, and they always send characters back like, no, she's too sexy, you got to redesign it. I remember him saying that in a lot of presentations, and I think he said it for the Pyra and Mythra one too. He said, we had to do a little bit to get past the ESRB. We're always testing and seeing what they allow and what they don't. I think it's like a timing thing. Like, I think when like they were making the game, maybe it was a little stricter. Maybe people at the company leave. Maybe people at the company come. These are human beings that tell you that something is allowed, something is not. It's not like in writing, because the situations are so different in case basis for every game. So I think during Mythra's development, they were a little bit more loose on like the raunchiness, and I'm trying to be as mature as possible talking about this.
So the thing is that again, I feel like Monolith Soft literally positioned themselves very, very
possible.
squarely in
It's
the
possible.
middle of all of this.
But even if Monolith Soft wanted it, and then the rating board didn't, the rating board would win every time because the rating board says this is not
That's
passable.
true.
This
That's
is
a
not
good point.
passable for what is Smash Bros rated? T for teen.
Yep.
In Japan, it's probably like Sero 14 or something like that. I know it's called Sero something. But yeah, if the board says no, Nintendo has to say, "Yo, we have to change it because they won't allow us to put it out."
I'm pretty sure that you're right about that. I'm pretty sure they got a little more lenient.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the specifics as to why.
This is all
but
guessing too. I don't know for sure. I
have to reiterate for those that don't know. Again, Xenoblade can come off as a very sexual selling.
It's got a lot of fan service.
But,
it's an anime or JRPG. It's got fan service in it.
No, well, so for those that don't know, the Xenoblade 1 and 2 got this. There's an X as well, but whatever. 1 and 2 got designed by two different companies, not companies, two different groups of people.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, I think they skipped. They tried to reduce how much budget they would have to spend by hiring hentai designers, and you can clearly see it in the designs of the characters. 1 had way less fan service, and then 2 had a lot more. And I stand by this, and I've said it in the past. If it wasn't for the in-depth story that the game has, we would not be able to get the fan service we have. Because no, the story is literally what makes it acceptable, if you want to put it that way, because it was just way too much. I can literally admit that there were times where I unlocked a new blade in Xenoblade 2, and I was like, "What is this? This is literally sexual, just rammed down my neck." Sometimes it was like
In a Nintendo game,
no,
mind you guys.
I'm trying to explain how bad it is, because there's one character that is a hybrid of a woman and a panda. And her jiggle physics are like, her chesticles are like this big. And they're doing all this, and I'm just like, this is a Nintendo game. Kids are gonna be, what's happening? Why is this happening?
Well, Nintendo is definitely more lenient now on suggestive themes in their games now. They're not as strict as they used to be.
It's too much, dude. It was too much at that point.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot. I mean, if your mom walks in while you're playing it, you're gonna be a little embarrassed or whatever. I'm not. I don't have any issue with fan service at all. I'm just curious as to why these characters seem to have crossed the line of what they couldn't do when the game first dropped with Samus and with Bayonetta. And Snake's butt. Snake's the only guy who has like a big butt in the game, and
they nerfed crap
him.
out of everybody. And
they nerfed him.
Pyra Mythra getting through.
Pyra Mythra get through. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the game's been out for 2 years. 3? Is it 3 years already now? And maybe things have changed. Maybe the Sero board's a little more lenient, like you said. I don't know. Maybe Monolith Soft did fight to have them retain their figures and their shapes, the polygons. That make them who they are. You could make a statement that without these polygons, this character wouldn't be the same and wouldn't make sense to be in Smash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, shout out to Pyra Mythra. As far as gameplay goes, I haven't fought them yet. I haven't played with them yet. I haven't played Smash since they dropped, but maybe tomorrow I'll probably stream a little bit of Smash before movie night and see what they're like.
You should definitely play them. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, they look like it. I like them. I like close up, mid range characters. Rush down characters. So
I do like how I must admit I like how they put Rex as a taunt. He's like the main protagonist of the game. She's actually it's two protagonists. Her and Rex, yeah. And they were just like, yeah, there's no need to have Rex in here because Ice Climbers already pushed the boundary limits of the game.
That's right.
So we just have him come in as a taunt, like,
yeah,
go on, Pyra. And I'm like, yeah, how about if we do like 16, what is it, 8 versus 8, and then everybody taunts with Rex at the same time? Will the game break?
It's a good question. Let's talk about the presentation for a bit because I did I like that Sakurai looks like he's still having fun making characters and doing the reveals.
I feel like my last presentation with Sakurai had me extremely concerned. He looked very ill. He looked like he's working way too hard. And this one is the opposite. I feel like he was having such a good time. It looks great. It looks rested. And I'm like, that's what it needs to be. Because of the pandemic, I'm pretty sure that he's more limited now. And that is good. He needs to rest. He does too much.
You're right. He
I don't
did this
think
one from
people
home.
realize how much content Smash Bros has, because most of us, well, not most of us, the minority of us that do play competitively only play with a variable set of tools. But the content inside Ultimate is so much, so vast, so expansive that Sakurai literally worked himself to the bone.
Yeah. The guy works hard, and I think he still loves what he does. I think it's still cool for him to bring on new characters, and I think he likes doing the presentations because he gets to put little jokes in there. He's the last. He's the last of the meme people at Nintendo. Like Sakurai, you can still make memes for. All the other guys that are doing their presentations now, they don't have a lot of personality. Like
The
Sakurai.
new president is trying.
He's trying, but I
He's
don't know.
trying.
I don't see it. Sakurai definitely still has a lot of personality and character, and he gives you a little bit of his like interests in these presentations too, because we got to see his action figure collection, and he has toys for every character in Smash. He said he was hiding the ones of the characters he hasn't made yet, and I bet he uses the toys to get like to look at the details on the characters on the models, to get the models for the things right. I saw he had a giant Terry Bogard toy. I saw he had a whole bunch, and he's not just using the amiibos; he's using the actual like toys from different companies and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty cool, man. I mean, I think the guy's cool, and he has those two big giant TVs in front of him. I wonder how that works out.
It makes me wonder how, if he had the free time, how well would he play his own game? I think he would be a really high competitive player, because he literally plays by himself with 2 controllers. It's like, what's happening?
He plays by himself with 2 controllers, and he plays at level 9 whenever he does a presentation. He puts the CPU on level 9, which, he's badass, man. No, I don't think he will ever be allowed to say it, but I think he personally likes the competitive scene, but I think he's not allowed to endorse it, because Nintendo is not a company that caters to a competitive audience like that.
Man, yo, shout out to Sakurai.
Yeah, man, shout out to the guy. Shout out to him. He seems cool. Playing with 2 controllers, man. Yeah, the guy's cool, man. The guy can pull it off, and he pulls it off.
Now, who do you think would be the next character to get into Smash Bros?
That's the next question, right? Like, we have 2 more left, and this is gonna be the tight spot, because there's not a lot of options, and there's only 2 spots. I'm still holding out for Crash Bandicoot. I'm still holding out for maybe Spyro.
Yes.
My dream characters are kind of already me costumes, like Travis Touchdown. So I mean, that's not happening.
Oh, yo, I love No More Heroes.
Yeah, that's not happening.
So good.
But
So good.
I don't know. Besides Crash and Spyro, I don't know who else.
Actually, don't say that, because Pyra Mythra got in.
Yeah, but I don't personally have a stake in whoever comes in next. I got a lot of the characters that I like already in the game, but I mean, I don't know. Who do you think? Who do you want?
You already said the ones I was thinking. I do want to see more, like, you know, Sony-esque game characters, like, you know, obviously Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. But I think Terry Bogard is a little too alone, and I wouldn't mind seeing a second character, but I know that's not gonna happen because he's already just got introduced.
Yeah.
Another Street Fighter character would be beautiful, but I know
you mentioned that before. We got a lot of Capcom. He said that too. He said there's a lot of Capcom stuff in Smash, but he said that because Monster Hunter is coming out, they had to put the Monster Hunter Mii costumes in.
That Monster Hunter would be nice, but Inkling, Squids, you know, Splatoon would be nice to have somebody from there.
I mean, there's a new Splatoon coming out, so it'll be good promotion for it.
Yeah, and another one would be somebody from Zelda. I don't know how that would work, because usually only people only focus on Zelda, Link, and Ganondorf. But
I'm thinking Impa.
There's other ones.
Impa would be the next bet, I guess.
Yeah. Legend of Zelda. I'm sorry, Metroid is gonna have a game coming up, so why not have somebody from there maybe? But people just don't like having secondary characters from company, games like Zelda. Zelda or Metroid Prime. But whatever, I digress.
I think I would like to see more villains in the game. I like to see Dr. Eggman or Wily or somebody like that. These last two
Good
got to go
point.
out with a bang, especially if this is the last season. I don't know if there's gonna be more seasons of Smash Ultimate after this.
Honestly, I hope not, because this game is already so well designed. I also feel like this game should be the future of Smash Bros. Because it's so much content. I don't think Sakurai should do this again.
I think so too. I think they should just build upon this forever. But
Yes, agreed.
we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But
Before
we'll
we wrap
see.
up, I wanted to say I saw you seeing the Street Fighter the animated movie.
yeah, bro. Yeah, man. It was
I
it was
love
a good
it.
time. We saw some nipples, and I thought one of my viewers passed out. I don't know. Shout out to Taco. But he was like, "This is the best movie ever," and I was like, "I didn't know this movie had nudity in it, but it did
Yeah,
apparently."
that movie is so good. I hate when people be like, "Oh, the old movie stuck." I'm like, "What?"
The anime is good. The anime movie is really good. The live action movie is very. I like it. I like Bison. Bison carries the live action movie.
That's it. That's all it is.
Bison's like, the day I graced your village was the worst day of your life. For me, it was Tuesday. Like that's epic.
Yeah.
Shout out to Raul Julia, man, Puerto Rican guy. He was a great freaking actor, man. Great freaking actor. He was so over the top.
We don't even talk about the abominity. The
Abomination?
horrendousness of Chun-Li. That was just so bad. Whoever made that Chun-Li movie, just don't touch Street Fighter. ever
Oh
again.
yeah, I never saw it, but oh man, I'm probably gonna have to see
No.
that one day on the stream.
No.
I've never seen it.
Listen. There. Oh God, Oh God, it's so bad. Even the CGI, like, oh my God, they did her freaking projectile so bad. She like doing this.
It's really hard to do Chun-Li live action. Chun-Li has attacks that are like super fast with her kicks and stuff. You gotta.
No, it's
no
not
one's gonna
hard.
accept it.
I want after the podcast, I'm gonna show you something interesting.
They got a
Because
fan
there is
movie?
companies that have, huh?
It's like a fan movie of Chun-Li.
No. There's companies that have like up from 2012. They've done anime-esque fight scenes or just movies in general. And we have, past history of movies done well with animation or with superimposed fight, choreography. And there's no reason to not have a good fighting movie nowadays, because we do have CGI. We also do have new design and sketch, and choreography. Because people were so enthralled by anime fight scenes, that people came up with ways to be able to choreograph it so that it looks more impactful, looks more relevant to the eyes, because most people don't know how anime conducts itself, and so but now everybody's a huge fan of it.
I think that's half the battle. I think getting the fight choreography to look good is half the battle. I think the other half is who do you cast to be Chun-Li? What actor do you get? Because like, not for nothing, if you get a chick who doesn't have the thighs, the hips of Chun-Li, it's like the fights can still look good, but I mean, if she don't have those legs on her.
Charlie's Angels, what's her name? Lucy Liu?
She's not. She don't have that figure. Chun-Li.
You don't? Oh man.
Chun-Li has a specific figure. She's not like a titty girl. She's not like a.
No.
She's not like.
She's definitely an ass, legs, and thighs.
Yeah,
girl. That's
she's all hips and thighs. So it's like, who do you cast? Like, you got to get one of those chicks off Instagram, those Instagram models. And can they even act? Can they even read a script? So it's like, yeah, you got to get the choreography right, and you got to cast Chun-Li specifically, specially, because with WiiU you can just get a martial artist. You can get a Japanese martial artist. With Ken, you can get an American guy to do it. Chun-Li's hard to cast.
I know who, but I don't remember her name, because I saw her in I can't say I don't want to plug them because they whatever. They do stunts, and I'm gonna look her up. But yeah, so the casting is actually important too. I feel like nowadays everybody's like just forgetting how to do casting because it shouldn't be that difficult.
But I'm also okay with like a Street Fighter movie just being another anime. I don't need it to be like live action. Like with Street Fighter specifically, I would be more hyped if it's an anime that comes out in theaters. Like, do they still do that? Like, I would have been happy with that at least.
Not here in the U.S. In the U.S., they do it balanced. Like they only do it sometimes.
Even Mortal Kombat, I'm like, I would have been just happy with. I like the new Mortal Kombat movie trailer, but
you know, what would be a good concept, and this is something that is tied to the story that we told earlier about movies. With Sony, introduce movies into the consoles and sell them through there that are video game movies. And then you won't have a problem about who's going to have the marketing purchase.
That'll probably work a lot better. I remember the Street Fighter movie came with the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. And that's how I watched it a lot of times. Yeah, I remember being a kid and like anime and cartoon movies used to come out in theaters. Like it would be like a big, like when Batman, Pokemon came out in theaters and it was the hypest thing ever. And it was like, it was an anime. Nobody was like, oh, it's a cartoon. I'm not going to watch that in theaters. It was hype. Like people were hyped for it. Burger King had the golden cards. I remember Batman Mask of the Phantasm was better than all the live action Batman at the time when it came out.
Yes.
So I don't know. I was even hyped for when Dragon Ball Z did the Battle of Broly something movie that came out recently, and that came out in theaters. I was hyped for that.
I'm mad that they only do limited. They just go, oh, well, we limited. It's like, just do the worldwide.
No, it could have been everywhere. That could have been huge. That could have been huge. Like I don't understand.
They go. They don't know if it's gonna pay the bills.
They're scared that it's not gonna make money if they put it in theaters. But I mean, these things are hype. Like they have huge fan bases. Like they will make money. I don't know why they don't want to do it, but I'd pay. I'd pay for it.
In conclusion, Pyra Mythra, guys.
We were talking about Pyra and Mythra the whole time. Oh yeah, put Pyra and Mythra in movies. Yeah, put them in movies.
Yeah, Xenoblade can make a great movie. Don't even get. Anyways, we'll end it here. I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna say I would like it as a mini series because then you have more screen time with them.
Yes.
I kind of like mini series more than movies now because you have episodes and it like you watch it over the span of like a week and you watch it all and it's like you get to tell more stories because you have more airtime, more screen time. Where like a movie is only 2 hours, a mini series could be like 16 hours or whatever. So I mean, I like that too. But I mean, yeah, we could talk about this forever, but whatever.
Yeah. But in conclusion, I think Pyra and Mythra are gonna be. Sorry that we went on a movie tangent, guys, but that's what we do here. Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah. What do you want to fight us? You want to fight us? You want us to do the podcast correctly? What's the matter with you? Who you think you are, huh?
Xenoblade was a good game.
Xenoblade was a good fucking game. Come on. Yo, I like miniseries. I like Pyra and Mythra too. I'm happy they're in Smash. They look good. They look like good characters to play with. They look fun to play with, and let's see who's next, man. Let's see who's next.
At first I was scared. I thought they were gonna be boring. Like when I saw the first trailer, and I was like, dude, what did they do? But then like they brought over the moves from the game, and I was like.
I actually don't think there's not one boring character in Smash. I think even if you pick the lowest tier, the worst character in the game, you can still have a little bit of fun. Like you pick Rob and you're like shooting lasers out your face and stuff like that. I think everybody's fun.
No, there isn't. Not that I can think of right now.
No, it's not like other fighting games where nobody plays with this guy because he's whatever. No, I think everybody in Smash actually has a unique gameplay style that you can have fun with anybody.
That's what sells me on this game. Like I've always, and this is something that people wonder why I never went into competitive fighting games in general, because I was so good at Smash. It's like, oh, why didn't you do other games? It's like realistically, because I prefer the diversity in Smash Bros.
Yeah, every character is like a whole different video game you're playing. Like, look at Ice Climbers. Look how they play. Like, you're playing with two characters at once, and you kind of... I mean, fighting games have tried to do what Smash Bros. Does. Like, Mortal Kombat X had Tora and Min, something like that. That it was like two characters that were together that they both fight. But Smash... it's just that there's such a uniqueness among every single character in the game. Even if they're like there's a lot of clones, there's a lot of Echo Fighters, but for the majority of the characters, everybody plays. So I think Captain Falcon is the only one that plays like almost like a regular fighting game character.
Oh yeah, Ganondorf and Falcon,
and maybe Mario, because Mario is like uppercut and combos. He's like a regular fighting game character, but you expect that from him because he's like the mascot. But everyone else, like, look at Link with all the weapons, with all the different attacks you could do, setups and you know, projectiles and all this other stuff. From day one, Smash had a uniqueness that other fighting games just can't do, because it broke the mold of what a fighting game was thought of at the time.
I also don't feel like people understand why they failed to do a quote unquote clone on other consoles of a game. And the reality is make a platforming, 2D fighting game, and you'll be set. That's where you got to start, instead of trying to copy Smash Bros. Hard. Just take the concept, take the platform.
I think they just can't get the physics of it right, because in Smash Bros, a character's weight matters more than in a regular fighting game. Like that's where they mess up. I remember there was a Ninja Turtles Smash clone on the Wii, and it was a decent game, but it just didn't feel right, just because there was no weight to the characters. Like, everybody was like floaty, and it was weird. And that's what matters more about Smash, is like the feel of the game, like the way the impacts, the hits, the way it feels is a big thing when it comes to platform
the
fighters.
way the characters conduct themselves amongst each other is super important.
That's what I'm saying. So like with Street Fighter, you don't know if Akuma flies further than freaking Ken or whatever. The weight doesn't matter. You don't even feel it. You don't feel the weight of the characters. In Smash, you do. That's a very important thing in Smash. It's another element that you can't emulate.
This is not fighting games, by the way. Like, for anybody that's
I love fight. My favorite fighting game of all time is Third Strike, Street Fighter 3. So, I play a lot more Smash. I've played a lot more Smash my whole life. But there's the one thing that I do like about other fighting games is the style of them. I think fighting games from other companies kind of have a more stylistic approach to their presentation, where like Smash is kind of, it's a celebration of Nintendo, and it has to be a little bit more colorful and cheery because it's that. But other fighting games, it's like you look at Tekken, you see all the lightning and the electricity in the title, and the way the characters react to light, the light hitting them, and it like I love the presentation. Even Street Fighter Third Strike, you look at the presentation of that game and you're like, wow, this is like a piece of art when you look at it. Smash doesn't necessarily look like a piece of art. It looks like a collection of art pieces, because everybody's from a different game, so they all look different. But it's much easier to play, and it's harder to master, and there's more diversity among the characters, like you said. So
yes.
That's what I think about fighting games. Blah 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 blah.
But we'll see what characters come on the future. But guys, that's it.
For one more thing. Hold on. Since we were talking about characters, the last characters we want to Smash, we have not got another Namco rep since Pac-Man. Namco is the missing piece of Smash Bros, because we don't have Heihachi, we don't have Klonoa, we don't have another Namco rep, somebody from Tales of Symphonia or somebody. So, bro.
Oh, whoa.
Namco.
Whoa.
Nintendo, link up with Namco, make them have another character or something. Give them another slot. They helped make the game. Namco developed Smash Ultimate and Smash 4.
You're blowing my head right now, because I'm literally thinking about a lot of Tales of Symphonia characters that could work. But, oh my god. Anyways.
This has been our podcast. This has been our podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming by. Make sure you like, subscribe, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Yo, we're Mark busting his ass. We're out here on all those platforms. Leave us a comment on things you like us to talk about. Make sure you check out my stream on twitch.tv/Sinfanta
and Bravery Arcade on Twitch/TV, whatever the heck it's called. You know the website. Go there, put Bravery Arcade in the search. Come bother me, come troll me. Don't control me. You can never control a Braveheart, but you know what I'm saying? But come check us out. Leave us a review. Subscribe to survive, because the end is nigh.
Subscribe, leave a comment, review us. I love you guys. I love you, Carlos, and as always,
mission complete. Into a shipment like damn. That's a master plan.
We await your return, brave hearts.